Imagine a train so fast that even airplanes seem slow. Not a scene from a sci-fi movie, but something real, built today. China has unveiled a technological marvel that can reach a speed of 620 miles per hour, faster than a commercial jet flying through the sky. At that speed, time itself feels like it's standing still. You don't hear the engine roar. You don't feel the tracks beneath you. You simply glide, silent, smooth, unstoppable. This isn't just another train. It's a revolution in motion, a machine that's redefining what fast means for humanity. And what's more shocking, this train might change the future of global travel forever. But how does something running on the ground move faster than a plane slicing through the air? What secret technology powers this impossible speed? And could this be the end of air travel as we know it? Stay till the end, because what you're about to discover will make you question everything you thought you knew about speed, innovation, and the future. Not long ago, China's trains were just ordinary. Reliable, yes, but nothing the world would turn its head for. Then, one bold question changed everything. What if a train could move faster than a plane? At first, people laughed. Even experts called it impossible. But a small group of engineers in China refused to accept limits. They dreamed of a future where time and distance would bow to human innovation. A train that wouldn't just run on the tracks, but float above them. The government saw that dream and dared to believe in it too. Billions were poured into research, thousands of tests were run. And for years, failure became their closest companion. The world mocked them, saying, "It can't be done." But every setback only made their resolve stronger. Because this wasn't just about building a train. It was about proving that impossible is only a word. And behind closed doors, in laboratories filled with magnetic coils and blueprints, a new kind of technology was being born. One that would soon lift an entire train into the air. But how could a machine weighing hundreds of tons simply float? And move faster than the wind itself? Let's uncover the secret behind this gravity-defying miracle. The secret behind China's flying train lies in one breathtaking word, maglev. Short for magnetic levitation, it's not just technology, it's magic disguised as science. In an ordinary train, wheels grind against tracks, metal clashes with metal, and friction slows everything down. But in a maglev train, there are no wheels. No contact. No friction. Instead, powerful magnets lift the train several inches above the rails. And another set of magnets pulls it forward with incredible force. It's like the train is surfing the air. No bumps. No shaking. Just pure, floating speed. The science is elegant, magnets repel and attract each other, creating a balance so precise that the train seems to hang between gravity and flight. And because there's no resistance, the train keeps accelerating. Faster and faster, until it reaches speeds that once belonged only to the skies. Even air resistance is tamed. The train's sleek, aerodynamic design cuts through the wind like a blade, turning every gust into momentum. Inside, it feels less like a ride, and more like a dream gliding through time. But numbers speak louder than words. When engineers revealed just how fast this thing could go, the entire world stopped and stared. When China's maglev train first roared to life, even the engineers couldn't believe the numbers on their screens. 200 miles per hour? 300? 400? And it just kept going. Then came the record that stunned the world. 620 miles per hour. A train moving faster than a jet airliner, without ever leaving the ground. At that moment, history was rewritten. This wasn't transportation anymore, it was teleportation in motion. Journalists from around the world flew in just to witness it. When they stood beside the test track, all they felt was a rush of air and a whisper of sound. And in a blink, the train was gone. No smoke. No engine noise. Just a futuristic blur slicing through space and time. But here's what made it even more shocking. This speed didn't come at the cost of comfort or safety. Inside, passengers could sip coffee without spilling a drop. The cabin barely trembled, cushioned by the invisible magnetic field below. For the first time in history, humanity had built something that combined the speed of flight with the smoothness of a dream. But a question remained. If this technology is real and faster than planes, why isn't the whole world already using it? The answer reveals the one thing even faster than technology: politics and power. Behind China's record-breaking Maglev lies a story few people know. A story not of engineering, but of power. Because the truth is, this train isn't just a way to move people. It's a statement to the world. Every mile of magnetic rail screams one message. We don't follow technology, we define it. When the Maglev first launched, Western nations dismissed it as a vanity project. A billion-dollar toy for headlines. But China had a plan that went far beyond speed. They weren't just building a train. They were building influence. Imagine being able to connect entire cities in minutes. Trade routes. Tourism. Industrial zones. All pulsing together in one synchronized rhythm. And all built under Chinese control. Every track laid became part of a global network of leverage. If a country adopted China's Maglev system, it didn't just get technology. It entered a partnership that ran deeper than steel and magnets. And the West began to notice. Suddenly, reports surfaced of American and European engineers trying to reverse engineer the secret behind China's levitation tech. But even when they tried, something was always missing. A component, a design, or maybe just the mindset to take that kind of risk. Because China wasn't afraid to fail. They were afraid of being second. But the global race for the next generation of transport had only just begun. And the next move would shock even the most powerful nations. When the world saw China's Maglev slicing through the air at over 600 miles per hour, it didn't take long for the ripple effect to hit every major nation. Japan was the first to react, and they reacted hard. They'd been pioneers in magnetic levitation for decades. And suddenly, their crown jewel, the Shinkansen, looked like yesterday's news. Within months, Japan announced an even bolder project. A Maglev line from Tokyo to Nagoya. Capable of speed so fast it would crush traditional rail times by more than half. But building that kind of technology isn't just about engineering. It's about money, energy, and politics. Japan's Maglev faced endless delays, protests, and rising costs. Meanwhile, China's system kept expanding. Quietly, efficiently, and relentlessly. In Germany, the birthplace of the original Maglev idea, engineers watched in disbelief as their abandoned concept became the pride of another nation. For years, they had shelved the technology. Now, it was redefining global transport, and not under their flag. And across the ocean, in the United States, politicians started asking uncomfortable questions. Why don't we have this? How did China pull so far ahead? But the answer was simple. Focus. While others debated, China built. While others feared risk, China embraced it. And as countries scrambled to catch up, China was already working on something even more futuristic. A train that doesn't just float above the track, but travels inside a vacuum tunnel, where air resistance is almost zero. A train so fast, it could cross continents in hours. But that next step comes with dangers no one expected. And it could change the future of travel forever. Just when the world thought China had reached its limit, scientists revealed something that sounded straight out of science fiction. The vacuum maglev. Picture this. A train sealed inside a near-airless tube, gliding on magnetic fields so powerful that it faces almost no friction, no drag, and no sound. In theory, it could travel faster than a commercial jet. Over 1,000 kilometers per hour. That means a trip from Beijing to Shanghai could take less time than ordering and finishing your morning coffee. At first, people laughed. They called it impossible, unstable, too dangerous. But that's exactly what they said about flight. and space travel, and every idea that changed the world. China didn't see limits, they saw the next horizon. And while the rest of the world debated if it could be done, Chinese researchers were already building test tunnels in secrecy. Whispers began to surface, leaked blueprints, anonymous photos. Even rumors that the prototype had already hit hypersonic speeds. And if that's true, then the future of global transportation isn't on land or in the sky. It's inside a sealed magnetic highway beneath the Earth. But behind this incredible leap hides a darker question. What happens when a nation controls not just how fast we move, but where we move? Because in this new world of magnetic dominance, speed isn't the only thing that's accelerating. Power is too. Every revolution has its price, and China's Maglev dream is no exception. Behind the headlines of record-breaking speeds and futuristic engineering, there's a quieter story unfolding. One of cost, control, and consequences. Each mile of magnetic track costs millions of dollars. Entire cities have been redesigned to make room for it. And while the trains glide silently above the rails, the real noise happens behind closed doors. Where governments argue, investors pull strings, and technology becomes a weapon of influence. Some engineers whisper that the Maglev isn't just a transport system. It's a strategic weapon, a demonstration of dominance. A way to say, we control the future, and the world moves at our speed. But here's the catch. Speed changes people. When you can travel between cities in minutes, industries shift, communities fade, and power relocates overnight. Small towns vanish as megacities swallow everything around them. And the faster the world moves, the easier it becomes for those in control to decide who moves and who doesn't. So yes, the Maglev might be the fastest train ever built. But beneath the steel and magnets lies something far more powerful. The race for control of the 21st century. Because the future won't belong to whoever builds the fastest train. It'll belong to whoever decides where it goes next.